The complete story of Flipkart. From a startup by two friends to a Walmart bag giant. It is night time. A delivery boy is standing outside an apartment. There is a package in his hand, with the Flipkart logo printed on it. The door opens, the item goes inside, the payment is completed, and in a few seconds, everything is over. For the person watching, it is just an order. But the fear begins here. That behind this one order, which looks so ordinary, how long a story is hidden. The risk of two young men, the hesitation of India's shoppers, the blow of competition, a deal worth billions of dollars, the separation of the founders, and a turn where a startup is either able to preserve its soul or not. And the curiosity is this, whether Flipkart's story is only a story of success, or whether it is also the story of the price that has to be paid to turn a dream into a giant. According to Reuters and Flipkart's official information, this company, which started with books in 2007, has today become a Walmart-backed digital commerce group with more than 500 million registered customers, more than 150 million products, and 80 categories. In the earlier parts, we saw that Sachin Bansal and Binny Bansal, both IIT Delhi alumni and former Amazon employees, started Flipkart in Bengaluru in 2007. It began as an online bookstore. Then, to win customer trust, cash on delivery was made popular. Logistics systems were built to strengthen the delivery experience. The marketplace model was expanded by bringing in sellers, and gradually the platform spread from books to electronics, fashion, home, and many other categories. According to Reuters and Flipkart's corporate pages, this very expansion later took it to the rank of one of India's biggest e-commerce names. In the second part, we understood that Flipkart's business model was not just about selling goods. It became a digital marketplace where sellers list products, the platform takes commissions and service-linked fees, earns extra revenue through ads and visibility tools, gives fulfillment and delivery support, and keeps bringing the customer back again and again through loyalty, trust badges, selection, and convenience. Seller Hub and the official platform material clearly show that Flipkart runs the seller ecosystem, advertising tools, fulfillment support, and customer-facing choice altogether. That is why Flipkart did not remain just a website, it became a commerce machine. In the third part, we saw how this machine runs through customer relationships, 24x7 style support flows, payment flexibility, partner ecosystem, private labels, technology stack, logistics, coordination, and a constantly optimized app plus website experience. That means Flipkart's real strength was not just deals. Its strength was that mix of relationship, operations, payments, and technology, which made the customer comfortable and the platform scalable. And now, in this final part, the story comes to that turn where scale did not just make Flipkart bigger, but changed it completely. Every big e-commerce player understands at one point that growth will not come only through an organic route. Many times, to reach new categories, new capabilities, and new users, acquisitions have to be made. Flipkart did the same. In the early years, deals like WeRead, which was linked to book discovery, 𝐮𝐻𝐼360 and Chuckpark's digital assets on the digital content side, 𝐿etsBuy in the electronic space, and later Myntra in fashion, made it stronger in different directions. Reuters reported the Myntra acquisition in 2014, while older industry reporting describes deals like WeRead, 𝐮𝐻𝐼360, Chuckpark, and 𝐿etsBuy as part of Flipkart's early expansion strategy. This means that Flipkart did not just add categories, it bought capabilities, bought audiences, and to accelerate its growth, it took not shortcuts, but strategic leaps. The Myntra deal was special because it suddenly made Flipkart very strong in fashion commerce. According to Reuters, in 2014, Flipkart acquired Myntra and spoke of increasing investment in the fashion business. This deal was not just about size, but about positioning as well. Where Flipkart was a broader marketplace, Myntra brought a fashion-first identity. This gave the group the advantage of segmentation. Later, this same strategy became a major strength in India's online fashion market. This was the time when Flipkart had moved beyond books and mobiles and had entered the world of lifestyle aspiration as well. Then came the smartphone chapter, which took Flipkart to a new height of mass popularity. According to Reuters and many industry reports in 2014, Flipkart became the exclusive Indian retailer for several high-demand smartphones, including Motorola devices like Moto G and Moto E. Later, Xiaomi devices like Mi 3, Redmi 1S, and Redmi Note also came to the platform. This trend created a new behavior in India. Buying a phone no longer necessarily meant going to the offline market. An online flash sale on launch day could be just as big an event. Smartphone exclusives gave Flipkart all three: traffic, brand recall, and a young customer base. This was the phase when, for many people, the first serious experience of online shopping was not books, but mobile phones. But the faster a company rises, the faster its complexity also increases. Acquisitions, categories, fashion, phones, ads, sellers, logistics, payments. All these together kept making Flipkart bigger. But along with that, the pressure also kept increasing. There was competition from Amazon, there were domestic rivals too. Investors wanted growth, and the company had to prove every year that it was not just noise, but a durable business. That is why the role of funding rounds and strategic investors kept increasing. Reuters has documented Flipkart's valuation growth, the Walmart deal, and later even Google's investment at different stages. After Google's $350 million investment in 2024, Reuters valued Flipkart at around $37 billion. And then came 2018, the year that changed Flipkart's story forever. In its official announcement, Walmart said that it would invest around $16 billion for an approximately 77% initial stake in Flipkart. At that time, this deal was considered one of the biggest deals in global e-commerce history. In old summaries, figures like 80% or other numbers are sometimes seen. But according to Walmart's official statement and Reuters reporting, the initial controlling stake in the deal was around 77%. This deal no longer left Flipkart as just an Indian startup. It became part of global retail strategy. Here, the story also becomes emotional. Because when giant capital enters a startup, the company's scale increases, but the founder's control often decreases. Reuters reported that at the time of the Walmart deal, Sachin Bansal exited. Later, in November 2nd, 2018, Binny Bansal also resigned after a misconduct probe. Reuters also wrote that the allegation was not corroborated in the investigation, but issues related to transparency and judgment did come up. This means that the company built by two friends reached a point in just a short time where both founders moved out of the operational picture. This is the turn where any startup story becomes bittersweet. The dream is fulfilled, but the original faces of the dream do not always remain in the company. Even then, the story does not stop here. In the Walmart-backed phase, the Flipkart group reorganized itself again. Some businesses stayed together, some separated, some new ones were added. PhonePe, which was once a big part of the Flipkart ecosystem, had its full ownership separation completed in 2022, as both PhonePe's official statement and Reuters reporting make clear. So, while telling Flipkart's story today, repeating old subsidiary lists exactly as they were is not correct. This is the reality of modern tech companies. Group structures keep changing, ownership patterns keep changing, but brand memory continues behind them. Even today, the user feels that everything is part of one empire, whereas the legal structure may have changed a lot. Flipkart's identity was not built only by deals and acquisitions, but also by recognition. In 2016, Time magazine included Sachin and Binny Bansal in its Time 100 list. Forbes India's 2016 profile and historical coverage also show that the Flipkart founders had become poster figures of the Indian startup wave. This recognition was not just personal success, it was also recognition of the Indian startup ecosystem. For the first time, the world was seriously seeing that digital companies could be built in India too. Companies that could challenge global giants, change consumer behavior, and create value worth billions of dollars. But bigger than any recognition is the change in customer behavior. Before Flipkart, the default mode of shopping in India was the physical market. People used to touch the product, see it, talk to the shopkeeper, bargain, and then buy it. An online order felt like a risky experiment. Then, gradually, that same country started comparing products on apps, waiting for festive sales, standing in line for launch day flash sales, and treating return policies, reviews, ratings, and delivery dates as part of the shopping decision. In this behavioral shift, Flipkart played a very big role. It would not be an exaggeration to say that it played a central role in turning online shopping from urban curiosity into a mass habit. The combined picture from Reuters and Flipkart's corporate information shows that the company played an important role in shaping the Indian digital commerce revolution. It is also true that Flipkart's story was not completely smooth. Losses, intense competition, technical criticism around sale events like Big Billion Day, restructuring, leadership changes, investor pressure, all these were also part of this journey. But perhaps this is exactly what makes a real business story interesting. Perfect companies do not exist. Resilient companies do. Flipkart stumbled many times, but every time it reshaped itself in some new form. Sometimes it increased categories, sometimes it made acquisitions, sometimes it strengthened logistics, sometimes it brought in private labels, sometimes it broadened payments, sometimes it shifted its base in preparation for India listing. In 2026, Reuters reported that Flipkart shifted its holding company from Singapore to India as part of its IPO preparation. This India shift is symbolic too, because the company that had once moved into a Singapore structure while betting on India's e-commerce future is now returning to India for the possibility of a domestic listing. It feels like a circle. The beginning was with Indian customers, growth came through international capital, control went to a global retail giant, and now public market ambition is once again standing in India. Recent Reuters reports also say that Flipkart is testing steps into new sectors like ticketing and food delivery. That means the story is not over, only the chapter keeps changing. So what does Flipkart's full story finally teach us? Perhaps that innovation is not always born in some futuristic laboratory. Many times, innovation is simply the direct solution to an everyday problem. In India, the problem was, there was no trust, delivery was difficult, payment friction existed, and selection was fragmented. Flipkart solved these problems one by one. First books, then COD, then marketplace, then logistics, then fashion, then smartphone exclusives, then Walmart backscale. That is, this story is not about one single idea, but about continuously adapting. And that is why Flipkart became not just a company, but a major chapter in Indian internet history. If we say it very honestly, Flipkart's story proves two opposite truths at the same time. First, that in India too, two young founders can build a company of global scale. Second, that as the company becomes a giant, the original founder's story can also separate from the company. This is the harsh duty of entrepreneurship. The dream is yours, but after a point, it also becomes part of investors, managers, markets, and global strategy. Flipkart is one of the biggest Indian examples of this tension. And perhaps that is why when an Indian customer casually says today, order it from Flipkart, he is not just taking the name of an app. Unknowingly, he is taking the name of that entire change which altered the meaning of shopping, trust, delivery, and digital consumption in India. There was a time when buying something without seeing it felt like madness. Today, with one click, lakhs of people order phones, TVs, furniture, fashion, and who knows what else. This change did not come suddenly.
Behind it were years of experimentation, mistakes, risk, capital, discipline, and relentless execution. And the most familiar name of that long story became Flipkart.
If this video has taught you something new, or if you feel this information should reach more people, don't forget to like and share the video. Your small share can become valuable and useful information for someone else. If you have any questions related to this topic, or if you would like to share your opinion with us, be sure to write in the comment box. We read every question and suggestion from you, because your feedback inspires us to create better content. And if you want to keep receiving such interesting and reliable information about business, the economy, and the world in the future, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel GRT Business and also press the bell icon so that you get notifications of every new video directly. At GRT Business, we always strive to provide you with accurate, balanced, and reliable information. Our news and analysis are prepared based on information obtained from various news agencies, public sources, and public opinion. We make every effort to verify and validate each fact as much as possible. But in case of any possible error or dispute, the responsibility lies with the respective sources. Our only aim is to present you with a correct and trustworthy perspective so that you can understand any topic better.